What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bad Boy Reacts. Today we have got a little bit of a banger. I'm not gonna lie to you, this one I'm rather excited about. Who remembers KEEPITCERTI, the guy who had 4 accounts, the guy who was clearly walling out of his mind? Well, he has since decided to speak out about this matter live on stream. That's right, and we're gonna react to him explaining exactly why he isn't cheating. So let's crack on with the video. So this was during a live stream. KEEPITCERTI decided to give an explanation about his 4 Warzone accounts. Why did he have them? Well, you're about to hear his excuse, and I'm going to be reacting to his excuse as he goes.
So, and obviously this is completely factual, so it's up to you guys whether you want to believe this. I'm not going to go out my way to prove anything because there's always an argument. I found that.
Okay, so let's get one thing straight off the bat. This guy is saying what he's about to tell you is factual. He's also saying that he isn't going to go out of his way to prove anything. Why on earth wouldn't somebody want to prove to their own community that they are legit? The people who have paid to support him, paid supporters, donations, and much more behind the scenes. This guy is getting support from the people he doesn't want to prove his innocence to. KEEPITCERTI already 12 seconds into this clip that we've got here talking utter bollocks. So let's continue on and see what else he's got to spout about.
So 4 accounts. Account number 1, my first ever Warzone account. It was originally ported over from Xbox because that's where I started playing Warzone quite a long time ago. Well, I say a long time, but when it first started I was playing Warzone on that, ported it over. Didn't stream Warzone, didn't really stream at this point when I got a PC. That account actually got stolen. I regained access to that account and
the old account got stolen, right? We've heard that one before. Somebody's hacked his account and took it away from him. Could be legitimate. Hey, I'll be honest, that could be a legitimate reason as to why he lost his first account. It's a very common thing, at least back maybe in Verdansk. People were stealing accounts, but they were stealing aged accounts. So this guy right here talking about his account being stolen, he wasn't a streamer, he just played a little bit for fun. Why would someone steal his account?
still have access to that account to this day. I still have access to that account, and I'm not going to get anyone to vouch for this because I have actually used the account since.
He still has access to the account, so he claims. Now, we've seen all of these accounts, right? One of which wasn't visible on COD Tracker. I'm guessing that's the account he's saying he still has access to, because we will be able to check the game history, match history on all of the other accounts. But he says he's not going to get anybody to vouch for him. So he's now claiming that what he's saying is fact, but he's not going to prove it. He's now claiming he has access to one of his accounts that we've claimed was banned, but he isn't going to get anyone to vouch for him. Vouch for yourself and just literally sign into that account live on stream at this moment. Rather than saying you can access it, just sign into it, Certi. It's that easy. Sign into the account, prove to everyone that you still have access. No, he doesn't do that though. He doesn't want to vouch for himself. He doesn't want to prove to his community. He doesn't want to state that things are fact and then prove they are. He wants to just state this is fact without proving anything. Let's see what else he's got to say.
However, when I got the account back, it had been put through dodgy lobbies. It had been screwed up big time. Like, we're talking, it had stuff on it that it shouldn't.
Okay, so now he's claiming that he got the account back, but it had been through dodgy lobbies. It had stuff on it that it shouldn't, I'm guessing. He's talking about someone's used an unlock tool that had unlimited wins on it. Who knows, right? But it sounds to me like that account probably has been banned now because of all the stuff that occurred, right? If somebody has injected cheats and used cheats on that account and an unlock tool all the way back when this was his first account, that should be permabanned by now. But I'm sure he just claimed that he's got that account back. However, the chances are it was probably him, because we've all seen the clips of him completely walling out of his mind, unable to mask the fact that he was cheating. You can turn the walls off for your OBS, for your stream, as much as you like, Certi, but we can see that you're walling still. You're pre-aiming walls, you know, you're calling people out you can't see. Oh God, this guy is probably one of the most blatant cheaters I've ever seen, and he's sat there denying it.
So I made the decision to literally create a new one. And this debate was between me and another streamer who I asked advice of. Oh, here we go. 1 second, guys.
But he's not going to name that streamer. Nope. Asked advice of someone, but he won't name them.
1 second.
Get off your phone, Certi, come on.
So yeah, so I have this discussion with another streamer. I'm not going to name him because I don't want to bring any grief to him or certainly get them involved. This other streamer gave me the advice to create another account and just start from there. I didn't stream Warzone at this point. I literally just... My name's...
The fact that he says that he doesn't want to get them any grief or bring them involved, right? Is that either because A, the other streamer knew about Certi cheating and told him to create a new account, or B, Certi also lied to this other streamer and he knows if he brings his name up, when it finally comes out that Certi admits to the fact that he's been cheating all along, or somebody finds that solid, well, we've already found solid evidence, but if somebody else was to find cheating evidence against him, I don't know, a cheat menu or him admitting to it or a screenshot of a conversation he had with someone, right? Then he would drag that person down with him. Who knows? But either way, again, he knows somebody else he's spoken to, but he won't mention him. This seems to be a recurring pattern with KEEPITCERTI. He wants to state facts without backing them up with proof. He wants to tell you that he's got his account back without proving it, or without, you know, getting somebody to vouch for him. And then he's talking about the person who told him to create a new account, but he doesn't want to tell you who it is. So at this point, what you've got to take from this is that all the stuff he's telling you is probably a lie, okay? There might not have been another person he spoke to. He probably just created the new account himself. The other account probably didn't get hacked. He probably got banned for using all the things he said were on it himself. You see where I'm going with this? It seems to be a pattern. He's giving half answers with no truth in them whatsoever. Maybe there is very minute details of truth, but just twisted in his own little way.
Always been KEEPITCERTI before I even streamed, so I had this account right from the very beginning. I then created another account which was and is to this day my main account, which I've still got access to. It is my account. It is what I use on a daily basis, or did.
So this is another thing as well. This guy streamed Warzone every day, no issues, right? And then all of a sudden he gets called out for cheating by myself. And I'm telling you right now, this guy was cheating, was playing Warzone on all of those accounts. And all of the ones that were on before the accounts he was using, he was cheating on and they got banned. Otherwise, he would have just kept the original account he was using. But why on earth would he choose to stop streaming Warzone after being called out for cheating if he wasn't cheating?
Another account, the third account, which people keep seeing going on about, that was specifically made because I actually got shadow banned, which was actually no secret. I was open and honest and transparent about that. I got shadow banned mid-March, and I openly...
We'll never know about that now, of course, because remember when he actually got called out, within a few minutes he deleted everything off his page. In fact, he deactivated his Facebook page, and then when it came back, all of his videos, all his past live streams, all his past posts were gone. Everything on that page had been completely wiped. So now he could literally tell you he's been open and honest about stuff in the past, but you're not to know. The people in his community will know, but then even them, they probably sat there thinking, oh, maybe I missed that stream. Maybe I missed that post. Maybe I was in work that day. Maybe I was at my grandmother's house that day. Who knows? Okay? So they probably sat there thinking, I want to believe him. I want to. But I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't. This guy is a cheater. He cheated for a very long time in Call of Duty Warzone. But I still want to react to this, because this is the first moment of him actually addressing it as a person, rather than just typing a post out. Him being addressed, or him being questioned in his chat and having to address that whilst the camera's on him. This is where the mannerisms come out. This is where the lies end up tripping himself over, and he ends up coming through looking like a complete tool. And this is all going to be documented through my reaction to it. So if he ever does decide to delete it, well, we've got it now, haven't we?
That's what the case was with that. So I created another account, and I actually called it FreeCerti. The name, the Activision was called FreeCerti, and then I changed it to KEEPITCERTI about a day later because people didn't like that, thought it was strange. So I changed it to KEEPITCERTI, aka that's the third account. Now the fourth account was simply something that is a mistake on my part, and I have no shame in admitting anything because there's nothing.
I just want to say something as well. Now the FreeCerti situation, right? Naming your account FreeCerti. How many other people do we know who have renamed an Activision ID with free? Remember Wagnificent when he got permanently banned by Activision in the engineowning ban wave? He made a new account and called it Free Wag, which by the way ended up getting shadow banned as well. So FreeCerti, Free Wag. I think we saw one from not Tupe. What's his name? Torbe. Free Torbe. All these guys, when they get permabanned or get shadow banned, they put the hashtag free so and so out there. Chances are they're cheating, right? You don't get shadow banned. Well, you can get shadow banned from mass reporting games, so I shouldn't really say that, but I will say that this guy being shadow banned alongside having 4 accounts, alongside clear wall hack moments in his gameplay, alongside the fact that now he's been called out, he's not streaming Warzone anymore. I can literally go on and on and on, just stating facts about this guy. And he's sat there rambling about nothing, but we're still going to listen to it because it's quite funny to listen to be honest.
The fourth account,
he's backed into a corner,
was created. No, third account was created. The fourth account, I actually bought it from just someone that doesn't play Warzone anymore. I know him. I know him very well.
What if I was to say I think I know who he bought that account from? Right? The account, I went through all of the details. The way I found out that account was purchased was by going all the way back on the match history. Because if you didn't know, guys, if you go onto a COD Tracker account and it's open for you to publicly see, you can go onto the match history. The most recent games will have the current name of that Activision ID on there. But if you make a name change on any account, the name, well, the Activision ID completely changes. So if you were to scroll all the way back, which can take some time by the way, but if you scroll all the way to the first ever game or the first couple of games on that account, see what the name was, right? Now the name that was listed on this account that KEEPITCERTI purchased, I have seen that multiple times before on other accounts that have had many changes to them, whether that be loaded stats, loaded camos, aim botters, or a purchased account. It is definitely linked to purchased accounts that have been loaded and they are not being loaded in the right way.
I'm not going to say his name, so it's unfair. I'm not going to bring in grief. Used it for around 2 weeks until my main account got recovered again because people can disbelieve or believe this next part.
Let me tell you something as well. For those who don't know, COD Freak on Facebook Gaming also purchased accounts which had the exact same name or very similar on the account. COD Freak, for those who don't know, is a Facebook Gaming partner, and he has also had suspicious activity in the past too.
But when you set up an Activision account, no, I'm explaining it, Lynn, it's fine, I don't mind, it's not a secret. To Patrick, so obviously Patrick's dropped it in his ass, I'm going to answer that question because it's not against anything I'm not.
I just want to pause it there as well. He's talking, someone in his chat saying he doesn't have to explain himself. You're damn right he has to explain himself. This guy is a liar, a fraud, a cheat and a thief. And he's not doing all of those things to me or my community or anyone who doesn't follow him. He's doing those things to the likes of the people in the chat who are defending him. And that's the craziest thing, that these guys are defending him. When all the lies he's spouting, all the cheating he's been doing, all the donations he's received is linked to them. But Patrick Long was in his chat saying, I'll follow you if you explain why you had so many Warzone accounts, which is what sparked this whole thing off.
Supposed to say. My main account, following the shadow ban, I played 2 or 3 games on it, went offline that night, came back the following morning and it asked me to do a mobile number verification. I cannot verify that. I couldn't verify that account at the time because the number attached to it was a very old number that I had. through.
Just before he goes on, because his excuse is absolutely fascinating in this current day and age, but I want to say that he's talking about the verification process. Now, if you sign into an account, they've actually added new features, which are security features to do with Battle.net, okay? If you sign into your account, every now and then, randomly, you can actually get hit with a new security feature, which will ask you to enter a code. So it'll be like two-step verification. So your phone, whatever number it is or email address it is, will receive a code, and then you have to input that. However, when these accounts are being made, and when they're being sold and they're being replicated over and over and over again, or if somebody is to be making an account to clearly cheat on, they're not going to be using a number that is tied or linked to themselves. They will use a generated number, which will last about half an hour. Once generated, you can receive the code for the initial setup process, and then after that, you no longer have access to that number, which means that if they hit you in a couple of days time, couple of weeks time with another step verification where you've got to verify the security, you can no longer do that because you don't have access to the number you used to set it up. But hey, this is KEEPITCERTI. Of course, hey, this guy must be innocent because he's had an excuse for all 4 accounts, and this one is by far the cherry on the cake. Why hasn't he got access to the phone number anymore?
Phone contract, I changed phone contract, changed networks when I got this, and this is a 13, so whenever that came out is when I changed my number, and I've never had access to that number. So I had to do an account recovery, which took ages because they only gave me the Activision back, they didn't give me the Battle.net back. Then I had to fuck around, and it turns out I've had to make another Battle.net account and link my Activision to that new Battle.net, and now I've got access to that account again.
So he got a new phone contract and didn't transfer his number. I remember back in like maybe 1996, 1997. Don't mean to show my age there, but around that time when contract phones were becoming a big thing, you couldn't really transfer your number. It wasn't a thing. If you had a mobile phone, you had to stick with that SIM card that was in that phone, and phones were specific to each individual network SIM card as well. So you couldn't use an Orange SIM card and an O2 phone and so on, right? But nowadays, if you were to switch from, I don't know, Vodafone to Virgin to O2, you can transfer your number across, and it takes like 24 hours to do. So why on earth didn't he just transfer his number? It makes no sense, does it? Absolutely no sense. Well, it does. It makes sense if this guy is stuck in the past, if he's not tech savvy and doesn't understand these things. But we know KEEPITCERTI is tech savvy because he has just been building a server on GTA. He's just been doing tutorials about how to use certain programmed softwares to edit TikTok videos, to edit thumbnails, and he does tutorials on his YouTube channel, or at least he did. I'm not sure if they're deleted now. So this guy is tech savvy but doesn't understand that you can transfer a phone number. Makes complete sense, mate.
The 4th account was bought openly, knowingly. It's nothing special to obviously me not knowing any wiser until some particular creator made a video. He's somehow come up with the idea that it's been modified. He might be right, I don't know. I never bought it like that, or at least I
am right.
Paid for anyone to modify anything, but that's up to him. I'm not gonna.
That's up to him.
I'm not gonna sit here and take away the kid's knowledge because he's obviously very knowledgeable about what he wants to say and stuff. But
so let me try and explain something and make it seem very much so similar to a situation that occurred with another streamer. Nick Savage, he wanted to sound like he was for hunting hackers. He really did. He hates hackers, man. Can't believe it, man. Like, I'm being accused. So when Nick Savage was accused, he also deleted all of his past Warzone streams and never ever streamed Warzone since that day. He was clearly caught out, and Nick Savage got banned in the engineowning ban wave, right? He ended up just streaming different games. His streams have never been the same. They've never been as successful, but we caused a lot of problems for Nick Savage, and rightfully so. But he tried to do this whole thing as well about, I don't want to take his knowledge away. I appreciate what he does, but he's pointing the finger at me, so he's wrong. But then he went through videos as well and saw that I wasn't wrong about many other streamers. So why would it be wrong about him? And it's the same thing here. He's stating he doesn't want to take away my knowledge. My knowledge is what brought me to the point of realizing that KEEPITCERTI, you are a cheater. Well, there we have it, guys. Thank you very much for those of you who made it all the way to this point in the video. As always, these guys are never going to admit their wrongdoings. He's already told his lies. He's already spouted a massive essay as to why he didn't cheat, but also stating he's never playing Warzone again. The way I see it, it's taken him, what, maybe 4 weeks to come up with this reason? Maybe even longer? But KEEPITCERTI is still prolonging the inevitable. But we already know that he's a cheater, don't we? If you did enjoy today's video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. And guys, come and follow me over on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!